Hello and welcome to Cookery with Mason Storm. Today I'm going to be making a tuna sandwich. Now I make mine a little bit different than most people, so bear with me. So I'm using peas instead of celery, and I've got some real mayo there and just tossing in some black pepper. Then I mix it all together with my hand in front of the camera. Once it gets to a good consistency, then I get my bread. I used white bread to make this. Probably should have used rye bread like I did in the grilled cheese sandwich video. But I had this white bread in stock, and if I don't eat it, it'll start to spoil really quickly. It doesn't have as long of a shelf life as normal store-bought bread. This is just the local bakery version, so 2 days and it's kind of done. I also decided to make 2 of them at once in the same pan. That makes it a little bit more tricky, but it's totally doable for this. Also, shouldn't have used bread with such a large hole in the top of it. There must have been one heck of an air bubble in it, but it is what it is. So I got the cast iron pan on, medium-high heat, 6 or 7 on my dial. Let it preheat. Get the bread on there, and then I put my mixture of tuna fish, peas, and mayo on the top. And I just kind of spread it out and kind of press it into the bread so it doesn't flop all over the place. This is a little bit more tricky and a little bit more advanced than making a grilled cheese sandwich, just due to the way that this is kind of like a liquidy kind of mixture, and it tastes quite good in the end, so I really like doing that. Toasting your tuna fish sandwiches really makes them a lot better, I think anyway. A lot more flavor having that toasted butter on the outside. Oh, yeah, it's perfect. But essentially it's the same as a grilled cheese sandwich, except for it's made of tuna fish. The same type of recipe can apply to many different things as well, especially canned goods like Spam or minced turkey or even corned beef. Essentially do the exact same thing and just kind of grill it up, and a little bit of mayo, and yeah, it's quite good. You just kind of let it cook away, and this is more tricky to tell when it's ready to flip than it is with a grilled cheese sandwich, because you can't just lift the top of the sandwich off and kind of have a visual cue of when it's time to flip. So unfortunately, you got to do the peek underneath method, or do it by timing. If you cook a lot with the same bread and you make a lot of the same kind of sandwiches, you can kind of ballpark figure when it's time to flip it over. And as long as you have your temperature at the right amount, you won't really burn the bottom of it before heating the inside. Because what we're going to be looking for is a nice, warm, chewy tuna mixture with crispy bread. Now I kind of flipped a little bit premature on this, but that's okay. It's close enough. It's not to the level of perfection that I would like, but it is kind of hard to tell when to flip, especially when you're using a non-standard bread that you don't have as much experience with. But as far as golden brown goes, it's close. The sandwich will still be edible, even if it's not perfected. The other issue I ran into with this bread is that it's kind of soft and crumbly, and with the magic of editing, we can speed up the second half, and our sandwich is done. And then I'm just going to plate this up with some leftover tomato soup that I had, and have it with an apple, and call it a well-mixed, well-balanced breakfast. Let me know in the comments below if you make the same type of meal as I did here, like experimental grilled sandwiches. And if you like what you heard or saw, please subscribe for more. Until next time, stay awesome.